What's up, peoples? Gene Wolff here, aka the Jedi Marketer, and we got a motivational video today, inspirational. Hopefully, I'm gonna drop some wisdom on you, all right? And this is just so you know, most of my wisdom, actually 100% of my wisdom, is based on experience and things that I've been through, things that I am going through, or things that I will go through. So. I'm a thinker. I'm an analytical number cruncher. So as funny as it is, in high school I wasn't a numbers guy. I failed math, grade 10 math twice, and that was the geometry and all that stuff, right? But now all I do is crunch numbers. Being in internet marketing for over 10 years, that's kind of what I do now. I crunch numbers, I adjust marketing campaigns, and I've grown to realize that life is a lot like numbers. It's a numbers game, right? And so one of the key factors that I've learned about life in order for you to be successful, if you want to be successful in life, is that you have to make the right sacrifices. And the only way you can make these right sacrifices is by removing certain toxic things in your life out of your life. That means separating yourself from these things, because these things, if you're trying to run a business or you're trying to do great, better things in your life, you can't have this type of toxicity in your life that's going to sidetrack you from your goals. So how can you be successful if you're still doing toxic things, right? So, which comes to this video, which is based on, a lot of it's based on sobriety. I think sobriety is a very, very important aspect of internet marketing, or if you just want to be successful in life in general. And the reason why I say, because alcohol, drugs, all these things, they sidetrack you and they poison your body. When you start putting certain chemicals into your body, it starts blocking your certain spiritual abilities. It starts messing with your brain. It's putting you in depressive states. So even if you're successful, and listen, I know people who are majorly successful in this industry, making tons of money, but every other weekend I'm seeing pictures of them drinking. If they're in the party scene, there's more than likely a good chance that they're doing drugs, cocaine, and stuff like that. I'm not one to judge them, but I know for a fact that when people are put in this state, doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not going to be optimal. You're not going to be 100%. You're not going to be given 100% of what you're capable of doing, because these types of toxicity, these things that become toxic to you, they change who you are. They don't allow you to express yourself properly. They don't allow you to evolve spiritually, mentally. And when I was starting to become successful in this industry, I was still drinking and I was still partying once in a while, and I was doing cocaine as well. 4.5 years sober, clean, at the time of this video. Thank the universe for giving me the strength to do that. But I just wasn't optimal. I noticed it in my business, because when I was going out on the weekends and I was partying and I was just giving her, all this, I was making money and I always had money and I was always spending it on partying and stuff. I'd come home and I'd always be in recovery mode after it, because I'd be recovering from all the, partying. I'd even go on 2-day binges sometimes, you know what I mean? And it just, I tell you, it was a real counterproductive, so to speak, right? Now, on top of that, my family life too, I was suffering in my family life because I wasn't 100% there for my kid. I'm a full-time father, you know what I mean? I take care of my kid full-time, but mentally I just wasn't, and emotionally and spiritually I just wasn't there, because I was still partying and stuff like that, and that prevented me from being an optimal parent. And when I got to a certain point where I realized, I got to sacrifice this, I got to stop. And as soon as I stopped, I felt a relief. I felt this relief that I was no longer shackled as a slave to these things. My why became, I wanted to become the best father I could be for my kids. That's my why, right? Every day, you know what I mean? There's absolutely no reason that I would ever choose the party, the lush life, all these things over my children ever again. There's a very, very, I don't know, maybe when I get really old, I might start drinking wine or something like that, but I don't know, right? But I'll probably never touch alcohol ever again, because I know the consequence of it, or drugs, right? And I realize what the most important thing in life is my kids, right? And growing up in my own life, I had so much pain. I went through so much death in my life. I went through so much loss. I went through abandonment, mental and spiritual abuse, verbal abuse, even sometimes physical abuse, right? And so I was dealing with all these things, and as human beings, we clutch to our addictions, and these addictions prevent us from progressing in our lives. So if you truly want to succeed in your life, you need to start removing these toxic things out of your life. Toxic people, let me speak on friendship. Let me speak on your squad, or your dogs, or your homegirls. These people that you grew up with. If you're a young cat, 20 years old, 18 years old, or younger, and you're watching this video, and you think you have a squad, let me tell you something. If this squad these people are the only ones that you go, anytime you hang out, you're always partying, they're not your squad. They're not your friends. Because real, true friends, people who are family and care about you, they're going to put you in situations that are going to empower you to become a stronger human being, so that you could be a better person. But if you're surrounding yourself with people who just want to party, and you're just one of those people who they call up, yo, what's up? We're going to go hit the club or something like that. Those people, those are not your bros. Those are not your homegirls. Those are just people you hang out with. Don't mistake those people as people you need to be counting on, because I did. I used to think those things. And I've grown to realize they aren't. They're only there because, it's just they're part of the experience of my own growth. I need to be around certain things so that I could grow as an individual, right? And so you need to separate those things, and you need to understand what these things are, and what's most important, which is your family, which is your success, which is starting your own business, which is becoming an entrepreneur, which is being healthy, strong, so you can live a beautiful life and experience this beautiful world that we have here, right? That most times we're spending so much time doing absolute rubbish, and then we have this beautiful world that we're missing out on, right? And I'll tell you, drugs and alcohol are one of, I don't even know why they're legal. Even meds from the doctors that they give you, that they get you hooked on, like psychotic meds, they put you in psychosis state. Like, there's so many things that these drugs shouldn't be legal, period. You know what I mean? The best cure for anything is love, okay, sobriety, being healthy, eating healthy foods, staying away from the GMO, processed meats, all that stuff. If you live a healthy lifestyle and you choose those things, you're going to reap the benefits of it. And to give you an example of that, after I started quitting, and I quit everything, and I started removing people, and I started removing started going on the red road, which is what we call as Native Americans, indigenous peoples. The red road is following a spiritual path to enlightenment, a spiritual path of consciousness, being conscious and attentive of everything. And so as soon as I started doing that, my income tripled, my income doubled, my income quadrupled. It just kept growing. I started surrounding myself with stronger people who are smarter than me. I became obsessed with my success, and it's not a bad thing, because I'm always working on myself, becoming a better human being, so that I could be optimal and succeed in life. So this is how you become successful in life. This is how you become successful in your business. This is how you become a successful parent, a successful friend, okay? Start removing the toxic things and elements that are going to sidetrack you from your goals and what you want to achieve. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel for more inspirational, motivational content, more wisdom, where I drop some knowledge on you. If you're on Facebook, like it, share it, leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking, all right?